Hey everybody, as you can see I'm at Riverview and it's a foggy morning. It's about 1 degree Celsius. I'm only here by chance. Yesterday my wife decided to go downtown Vancouver to her favorite hair salon, so I don't have to sit in the salon while she's getting her hair lobbed off. I brought along my little Pentax K1000, my first camera ever, and I stuck in a roll of Ilford Ortho 80. I have shot it in 120, liked it, and I have some rolls of 35mm that they've been sitting in my fridge long enough. It's time to start using them. So anyways, I brought the camera along with that film. She went into the hair salon. I said, "Konnichiwa, minasan, genki desu ka, Happy New Year," and all that stuff, and buggered off. Wandered around right downtown Vancouver. Got some shots of the cathedral. That's kitty corner from the hair salon. Wandered around a little bit. Got some more shots. And before you know it, my wife was calling me saying she's done. She's cold outside waiting. So off we went to have some udon together. We were on the train coming back, and I looked down at my camera, and I noticed that the ISO was on 320. This film is 80, ISO 80. So that looks like 2 stops underexposed. I thought, oh great! You just did what my students have done so many times. Forgot to check the ISO setting. So I got home, I went online and I checked to see if this film can be push processed, and some people have done it successfully. There's not much info on the massive development chart. Okay, I'm gonna try and push process at 2 stops. Which developer? Gee, I don't know. And I saw online, I think it was Microphen. Someone tried a Microphen for 15 minutes. So I went down in my darkroom, opened up my chemical cabinet, and there's a box of Microphen sitting in there. I ordered a few years ago and I forgot about it. Anyways, I'm at Riverview and it's nice and foggy. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna run off the rest of this film in the fog and see how it looks push processed. Probably what I should have done is when I got home last night is I should have pulled off the film that I shot, snipped it, put in a tank, push process, and then save this other roll, the rest of the roll, come here and take a picture at 80. But no, I got to do everything the hard way, or probably the stupid way. I finished the roll off, and I'll take it home and I'll develop it and I'll share the results with you. I kind of wish I brought my large format. This is wonderful. Fog and diffused sunlight. Anyway, there will be other days like this. I'll see you guys in the dark room. Alright, so the developer I have is actually Microphen. So I'm going to be using this for the first time ever. And before that I need to mix it up. It's kind of neat. It's in package A, package B, just like Xdoll. So I've got the water ready, 750 mils, and it is warmed up. It's supposed to be 40 Celsius. That's close enough. So it looks like we go in with A first. Must be like the developing agent. I imagine it's phenidone. Microphen, phenidone. Yeah, it's in. Now part B. Okay, I'm going to top it off to a liter with distilled water. Continue mixing it till it's all in, and then I'm going to pour it into its storage bottle and let it cool down. All right, let's take a look. Oh, first frame's empty. Ooh, but there are images. So it looks like this film can be pushed. Not that I want to get into push processing, but in case of an emergency like this was. Some of them, like this one, these two. That's pretty much down to poor metering on my part. These are all the foggy ones. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a contact print. If there's one here that I really like, I'm going to try and enlarge it. Okay, I think that's good for a contact print. Now you may be looking at this and saying, wait a minute, I can see rebates. They should be black. Yes, they should be black, but I always print, make a soft contact, because that lets me see a little bit more of the negative. I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to print one or more of these. It's not too bad for my first test print, but even though this wasn't black in reality, this is part of the colonnade. I think it should be black. Right now it's not quite black. So I'm going to print that again, make it blacker. And I'm going to increase my exposure slightly because I don't like how it's blending. The building is blending in with the sky. That's definitely better. I like that darker. Now I think I want these little geometric shapes in here to be dark too, so they really stand out and kind of tie in with that shape, the triangular shape. Well, they're a little bit different. That's the previous one. This one I kept the exposure the same, but I increased the contrast a little bit. So So I like how these little shapes here now pop out a bit better, and I do like this being black. And I went ahead and printed this is one of my favorite views over at Riverview. That was the first one that I did. And I don't like how the really light tones merge with the white of the paper. So I printed it with a black border. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. It took me a good part of the day to just do these two prints. And they turned out quite nice. You know what I'd like to do? I'd really like to be able to print this one in an alt process, like maybe Furrow Blend. I think what I would like to do is take the negative, stick it back in my enlarger, enlarge it onto like some large format film, maybe even X-ray film, because then I could work under the safe light. But then I would end up with a positive, so I'd have to convert the positive into a negative. I could use a reversal process, or I could just contact print it onto another sheet of X-ray film. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that'll be a future video. And if you guys would like to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on that little notification bell. That's about it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting set up for that. Yeah, that'll be another video. Take care, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me.